Alright, so who wants to listen to me ramble about my characters for who knows how long? I know I sure don't. So anyways, we're here. For one, thank you. It's been an amazing year on YouTube. I did not expect to get this far whenever I first came into it. 704 subscribers, I think? 707. I'm just like in shock. But like you're not here to listen to the sappy stuff. I just don't want to talk about the sappy stuff. But moving forward, we're gonna talk about my OC here. I have 2 speed paints so far. I might add some more, and that so you might hear some weird audio cuts. That'll be because I probably added another speed paint. But right now I have 2 speed paints for you. I have Azurill, this one I just drew, and it's of all 3 of his designs. His first one, oh god, his first one, his second one, which we're getting there, and then third one, I love it so much. So let's start off on the question, what is a blood shifter? I can pop up a little image, if I remember to edit this, of a little explanation I did once with Echo of a blood shifter, but it's changed a lot since then, so I'll run it down. So, a blood shifter is a mythical creature I created that is basically just a more powerful person. They have gray toned skin, like their skin is gray with a bit of color in it, so like it might be gray, and if it has a bit of orange it might look like it's more of a human skin color, but it's not. It's still the gray. Their hair is the reason why some of my drawings of them have like extra wisps of hair sitting like around the main part is because, well, their hair is technically made out of a smoky material, but I kept forgetting to add that until I just gave up. So canonically they have it. I just don't draw it anymore because I'm too lazy to, or you say they don't, like whatever you want. Anyways, so my story takes place during Pangea 2.0. So it's like way there in the future, but but this group of scientists opened up a cave that was revealed whenever Pangea like came together, and so whenever they opened it, because there was a bunch of crystals blocking it off, these blood shifters escaped, and like, yikes. I don't really know what else to say there. Like, the blood shifters escaped, and they immediately started attacking people, killing people, so on and so forth. But like the main thing was those crystals were magically empowered, and so now people, they found that people can actually use the crystals and blood shifters cannot. And so, that kind of leveled up their advantages. But there were still like some really religious groups that said, we don't like that. So what they do is they would like put in rules that you're not allowed to use crystals, even if your life depends on it, because it's against their god or gods and stuff, their lords, so on. And so many people would be either executed or they'd run away. One of these people being Mayana's mother, which really liked to do like stuff with crystals, but they grew up in a really religious town. I'm gonna go ahead and real quick flash up the like basis of my characters, like their lore, but really rough on the screen if I remember to edit this. I just recently made it. It's like really sloppy, and I just wrote it down quickly. But yeah, and so it all kind of just started with Azuriel watching his not parents, but mom and sister get executed, because his mom had a kid with a blood shifter, which guess what is against the rules. Now we're taking place like a few hundred years after the blood shifters opened, so there's like a bunch of towns around that are all closed off and stuff. And so blood shifters come out during the day because, like, I didn't want them to come out during night, right? But most people don't know this, but, like, in my story, but blood shifters are actually being controlled by the queen, who basically got a curse from the gods. And so she's not actually evil, but she's also really evil, right? Her motives were because for a while, blood shifters were being used as slaves, right? And so, eventually she, like, fought back whenever they tried attacking her sister. Or her sister tried fighting back whenever they tried attacking her. I mixed that up. And so, her sister ended up getting killed. And so what she did was she begged to the gods that, like, hey, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Give me something that I can fight back with. And then she ended up going insane after she accidentally killed people with the newfound power that she was granted. And so, now that's what's causing all this. Anyways, so, Azuriel ended up grabbing a bunch of clothing and stuff from their old house, which the townspeople were burning. They were trying to also execute Azuriel, but he ran away soon enough. He was like 4 to 6. I don't really remember how old I said. And so he runs off to the cabin, grabbing everything he can, but he no longer has a picture of his sister, only his mom, so ends up forgetting what she looks like. In this drawing, you'll notice whenever it's done, there's actually eyes with a question mark over it, and there's a I miss with a scribbled thing. The I miss says I miss my sister, and those eyes, the reason why there's question marks in them is because of, and they're like scribbled out, is because he doesn't remember what his sister looks like, and doesn't even remember, does he even have one at this point? But anyways, so, Asterin, Echo, and Zip all find Azuriel in his cabin, like, after looking for who knows how long, for years, actually, like, 18 years, and, like, eventually, they find him. But, he's not too excited to go on this adventure of finding his home, or not home, he's not finding the queen and killing her. Kind of denies it at first, but along the way, he eventually agrees after Echo gets into his head, and then along the way they meet Mayana, which he also hates at first, but ends up warming up to them, and then also meeting a scientist, a crazy scientist. He never learns to like them, okay? I think their name, I have way too many OCs, I'm trying my best to remember names. I think the name's Nava, yeah, because his sister's name is Dayu, and so Nava, is like, oh, hey, I see you guys need some help, and Azuriel's just like, no, we don't. But Asterin's, like, falling for her, so just like, him, has a beard, figure it out. And so, Nava is just like, sees that, and takes it to their advantage, and ends up joining them. Azuriel never likes them, even after they help them out in the end by literally injecting poison into them and going crazy. But, I'll leave the rest up for you guys to interpret, MatPat this stuff, because my time's almost up. But yeah, thanks for a whole year. Bye, I guess. Bye, guys.